What's up, FPL gaffers? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be taking you through a few transfer tips that if I were making any transfers, I would look to get in for this game week. Before I get into the good stuff, I would like to say thank you to everyone who's been liking, sharing, subscribing. And if you're new around here, please do hit that subscribe button, like the videos, and share to as many FPL gaffers as you can. Now, in this video, I will be taking you through the transfer tips for this game week. Not all the players will have good fixtures, but especially the Arsenal players, where I will be looking forward to get them in game week 6 or 7 for my team personally. But if you are someone who likes to play this game a bit more aggressive than me, these are the players I would suggest you to get. So, moving on to the defenders to buy, I would suggest someone like Calafiori for 5.6 million, or William Saliba or Gabriel, any of these. But Gabriel and Saliba, of course, 6.5 million. If you want to save that 0.5 million to get to invest further in your team, like in the midfield or the attack, or even the goalkeeper, which I don't suggest at the moment, because if you have already template goalkeepers like uh, Jordan Pickford, Robert Sanchez, or I've seen some teams with Martinez, some teams with Nick Pope, or even Matt Sells, then I wouldn't use a transfer on a goalkeeper. I think many of us also do have Martin Dubravka as the substitute keeper who swaps in well with the main choice keepers. So moving on to the defenders to buy. For me, Calafiori is up there, returned in 2 games. He's 5.6 million. Looks like he's adamant to keep his spot in the team. Has a predicted clean sheet point score of 1.2. This is all all these predictions basically are from Fantasy Football Hub. If you'd like to use Fantasy Football Hub to help you with your teams, the link is in the description below. Remember, they're running a 50% off for registering to Fantasy Football Hub. If you do not win your mini leagues, they are guaranteed to give you a full refund on your money, but terms and conditions apply. So moving on to the defenders, it is Calafiori who I might look to buy in a few game weeks later on. But with the fixtures, he's got Liverpool away. I wouldn't look to buy him this game week, but then he's got Nottingham Forest at home, Man City at home, Newcastle away, West Ham at home, and Fulham away. Similar, if you're looking to buy Gabriel or Saliba, same fixtures, same predicted clean sheets. So I would basically try and avoid them. But if you think that Arsenal is doing well like I do, and if you want to take the risk by getting them in for these fixtures, it's all up to you. I'm not going to stop you from that. The next defender I'm looking for is Marc Cucurella. So with Marc Cucurella, his predicted clean sheet points are 1.3. He's got Fulham at home, Brentford away, Manchester United away, Brighton at home, Liverpool at home, and Nottingham Forest away. The fixtures look pretty decent for people who have already had him from game week 1, have had a few returns already, a couple of returns already. So if you're looking to buy him, if you're aggressive, want to be aggressive with your FPL teams, want to catch on points, then Marc Cucurella is another defender who I would look to buy in. The fourth defender would be Tarkowski of Everton. His predicted clean sheets are 1, and he's got Wolves away, Aston Villa at home, Liverpool away, West Ham home, Crystal Palace home, and Man City away. The fixtures are not all that great, but we all know what Everton can do. They are good on a given day. Last season, I remember the 2-2 draw where Tarkowski again scored in the last minute in the Merseyside derby. So if you're looking to chase points, of course, it's a big risk doing that because of the fixtures. but Everton is a team that can keep a clean sheet on a given day. So if you want that cheaper option at 5.5 million or 5.6 if he's risen in price, then Tarkowski is also the man who you're looking for because he is a DEFCON monster and usually gets those defensive contributions before the 60 minutes of the game. My next defender will be Pedro Porro. Of course, you can go to someone like Mickey van der Ven or Christian Romero, but I would say Porro because he gets into good attacking positions. 5.5 mil, a bit more expensive than Van der Ven and Romero, but he is more likely to get you those attacking returns compared to Romero and Mickey van der Ven. With Romero, again, I would also try and get Romero if you can, but the risk with Romero is he always has a good season, does almost hit the DEFCON points, but is liable to a red card or two in a season. So if he does continue that, which I hope he's improved from that, um, it would be more likely to get in Romero, especially because of the clean sheet and the DEFCON points to be added after that. So with Spurs, the predicted clean sheet points are 1.2, and they have a decent run of fixtures in Bournemouth at home, West Ham away, Brighton away, Wolves at home, Leeds away, and Aston Villa at home. So far, with the fixture list, the Spurs fixture list looks more favorable for the Spurs players. So I would try and get either two defenders or an attacker and a forward from Spurs and triple up on the Spurs players as much as you can. My next defender is Matthias de Ligt, and his predicted clean sheet points is 1. He's got Burnley at home, which I think most of us as FPL managers now are looking to get a few Manchester United players only for this Burnley game. But again, if you have the patience, you're a player that likes to roll transfers, I would highly suggest rolling the transfers because he has got Burnley at home, Man City away, Chelsea at home, Brentford away, Sunderland at home, and Liverpool away. He is looking good for the fixtures against Burnley and against Sunderland in game week 6 or 7, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please leave it in the comments. The other fixtures look a bit more difficult to get that clean sheet because the way Manchester United are playing, especially after watching the Grimsby Town match yesterday, I don't know what's wrong with Manchester United, but they need to fix themselves on the pitch. My final defender for to get in would be Daniel Munoz. Of course, Mark Gay is more cheaper, but is also linked with a move to Liverpool. And coming closer to the deadline day, the transfer deadline day, I wouldn't risk getting in Mark Gay because Munoz, again, as Pedro Porro, does get very high up the pitch, more chances of getting those attacking returns. And he has a predicted clean sheet score of 1. The fixtures for Munoz are Aston Villa away, Sunderland at home, West Ham away, Liverpool home, Everton away, and Bournemouth home. So it looks like in the defenders list, the player I would like to get if I didn't have was Daniel Munoz. Of course, I don't have him in my team. I have Mark Gay, which is at slight risk of moving to Liverpool. So if you've got that 1.5 mil extra, 1.6 mil extra, it is more likely to consider going for Daniel Munoz. Now, moving on to my midfielders to buy, I've got at the top of the list Antoine Semenyo. He has been doing really well. He's got an expected goals of 0.43 and expected assists of 0.06. Now, the fixture list with Bournemouth, I do believe in a manager like Iraola. He does get the best of the Bournemouth players, which is why nowadays whatever is going on or any uh, goal contributions are actually coming through Antoine Semenyo, and he's got Tottenham away, uh, Brighton and Hove Albion at home, Newcastle at home, Leeds away, Fulham at home, and Crystal Palace away for the next 6 game weeks. And he looks like someone who could actually get some contributions, attacking contributions in these 6 game weeks. He has risen in price, of course, from the original 7 mil to 7.2 mil. If you can afford getting him in the team, I would highly, highly suggest and recommend getting him in. Now, another player who has actually gone under the radar is Cody Gakpo. He's got an expected goals contribution of 0.18 and expected assists of 0.22. He's got Arsenal at home, Burnley away, Everton at home, Crystal Palace away, Chelsea away, and Manchester United at home. So, Cody Gakpo could score in any of these games. He is looking like the player that can get you attacking returns almost every game week given the fixtures that he has. He is a bit underrated, but is doing well in that Liverpool team, and it is going to be difficult to replace Cody Gakpo from that Liverpool team. The third midfielder that I have put is Brennan Johnson. For the short term, Brennan Johnson is looking good. Does come up with an attacking return, even if he comes off the bench. But with Spurs looking at midfielders or wingers to replace, his minutes might be a threat. He's got an expected goals returns of 0.34 and expected assists of 0.02, but has Bournemouth at home, West Ham away, Brighton away, Wolves at home, and Leeds away, and Aston Villa at home. Fixtures not looking that bad. Spurs look already like an improved team that attack well, defend well. So if there's anyone that you want to go to for the short term, like I am highly recommending him because I will get him in my team for this game week. It is 95% sure that I'm going to get Brennan Johnson just for the short term. I'm getting a bit aggressive with the game, frustrating with Cole Palmer. So Johnson might be the target player for me, and you will most likely to see him in my FPL team. The next player I'm moving on to is also a brilliant player who is Mohamed Kudus. He's got an expected goals of 0.08 and an expected assists of 0.15. He's got Bournemouth at home, West Ham away, Brighton and Hove Albion away, Wolves at home, Leeds away, and Aston Villa away, similar to Brennan Johnson. The minutes for Mohamed Kudus is looking really good. Started off very strong. Unfortunate to get returns in that Man City game. But minutes wise, Kudus is your man. 6.5 mil, zero point 0.5 mil less than Brennan Johnson. So he's another player I would be looking to get in the team for the future. But this game week, just to get a bit more aggressive, I think it's a bit reactional to the Man City game that Kudus didn't get any returns and Johnson did, which is why I'm looking to get Johnson into my team for the short term. Now, another player who has been really underrated is Caicedo. He has come very close to getting those defensive contributions, and of course, in the last game against West Ham, did score a goal. His expected goals is not as high, it's 0.06, and expected assists is not as high as well, it's 0.004, but does have Fulham at home, Brentford away, Manchester United away, Brighton away, Liverpool at home, and Nottingham Forest away. Caicedo is someone who reminds me of N'Golo Kante. I did see a meme a few years ago where it was something like 80% or 70% covered with water and the rest covered by N'Golo Kante. I think Caicedo fits this meme as well, where you can see Caicedo all over the pitch making those tackles, getting the ball back in good positions and setting up that Chelsea attack. So if you want a cheaper option, it is Caicedo can be your man. Now, purely reactional to the last game week as well, Jack Grealish is on this list. He has an expected goals of 0.01, which is quite low, but has an expected assists of 0.22. Sorry, 0.23. He has Wolves away, Aston Villa at home, Liverpool away, West Ham United at home, Crystal Palace away, and Man City away. Of course, he does play for Everton. Any sort of returns at this point, they're looking good. Home fixtures in the new stadium looking good as well. Grealish looks like he has started off well, linking with the team. Assisted Iliman Njai, assisted James Garner for his goals in the 2-0 win, picked up that extra clean sheet points and some bonus points. So if you're looking for a slightly cheaper option, Jack Grealish could be your man here. The seventh player, midfielder that works well to enhance your team, could be off the bench or in your starting 11, is Tijani Reinders. A bit disappointing in game week 2 with no returns, but had a fantastic game week 1. He's got an expected goals of 0.08 and expected assists of 0.13. He's got Brighton away, Man United at home, Arsenal away, Burnley at home, Brentford away, and Everton at home. The fixtures for Man City not looking that great. They've got, of course, Man United at home, Arsenal away. If you're looking to get uh, uh, any of the Man City players, I personally would try and avoid Pep Roulette because you never know when they could face the odd Pep benching. So if you're looking for a cheaper option, Tijani Reinders might be your man. My other midfielder, the eighth and final midfielder that I'm suggesting to buy would be Ismail Assar. He's shown in the last season what he can do. He will be more of a focal point just because Eze has left for Arsenal now, and him and Mateta could be great options in this team. The fixtures not looking that bad either. He's got an expected goals of 0.41 and expected assists of 0.20. Quite high for goals and assists for Ismail Assar. And he has got Aston Villa away, Sunderland at home, West Ham United away, Liverpool at home, Everton away, and Bournemouth at home. Fixtures looking great, Palace looking in good shape, uh, playing well. Also, he will come up with a return in this game week. That's what I think. I'm not personally going to buy him now, but if you're looking to buy a midfielder, this Ismail Assar could be your man as well. It is difficult with the fixtures as well. I would leave it up to you on who you want to pick. Your eye test. My eye test suggests Brennan Johnson for the short term, so I am more likely to get Brennan Johnson for the short term in my team. Now, moving on to the forwards, we have at the top of the list for forwards is Hugo Ekitike, has an expected goals of 0.67 and expected assist of 0.04. Fixture wise has got Arsenal at home, Burnley away, Everton at home, Crystal Palace away, Chelsea away, Man United at home in the next 6 game weeks. With Hugo Ekitike, to be honest, if I could get him in the team, I would do it straight away because it doesn't matter which team he plays against. He seems to be coming up with returns now and then, although we all think if Alexander Isak gets signed just before the game week, Hugo Ekitike is going to give Isak a fight for his position, especially after he started off so well. And I see him making it difficult for Isak to get straight into the team, although Isak has already played in the Premier League before, his Premier League proven. I think Ekitike will give Isak a good fight for the position, which is why, again, for the short term, I would get Ekitike and then assess going forward. Now, my next striker or forward would be João Pedro. Expected goals return of 0.35, expected assists of 0.07. Fixtures wise has Fulham at home, Brentford away, Manchester United away, Brighton away, Liverpool at home, and Nottingham Forest away. João Pedro, given a day, he can come up with returns. Of course, blanked against Crystal Palace in game week 1, but came up with 3 attacking returns against West Ham in game week 2. So if you can afford him or try to get him, I would I I would suggest that you get João Pedro. So just so that you don't fall behind on points, I think putting João Pedro slightly behind Liam Delap is looking like the way forward for Chelsea. So I would look to get João Pedro in the team. The next forward I would be talking about is Richarlison. Again, he is another player I am very, very likely to get this game week. Again, for the short term, got good competition from Dominic Solanke. At some point in the future, I see Solanke starting games for Tottenham. But for the short run, just to cover up on some points, I'm getting a bit aggressive and frustrated with FPL, which is why I will be getting Richarlison for the short term. He's got an expected uh, goals of 0.20 and expected assists of 0.02. The fixture wise, he's got Bournemouth at home, West Ham United away, Brighton away, Wolves at home, Leeds away, and Aston Villa at home. Looks like Spurs, like I said, are a very improved team, attacking wise and defensive wise. Richarlison seems to be the head of what Tottenham are doing, or his attacking contributions, assisting Brennan Johnson in the last game, scoring 2 goals, one wonderful goal in game week 1 against Burnley. So he would be the player I am 90% going to buy for this game week. The next player or striker I would be looking to buy would be Chris Wood. He's got an expected goals of 0.55 and an expected assist of 0.04. Fixture wise, West Ham at home, Arsenal away, Burnley away, Sunderland at home, Newcastle away, Chelsea at home. Long term wise, Chris Wood could be a man. He's got good fixtures apart from the one against Arsenal away. If you could do with benching him in that game or even playing him, because if Nottingham score, is more likely to be Chris Wood. So if you can get him in the team, I would highly suggest getting Chris Wood in the team as well. Last season, we all didn't, most of us at least, didn't expect him to do that well, but he overperformed his data, which is why I might look to get him in the near future. The fifth striker is Gyökeres. He's got an expected goals of 0.65, expected assists of 0.04. Fixture wise, Liverpool away, maybe not for the game against Liverpool, but definitely could get him for Nottingham Forest at home, Man City at home, especially because they're going to be one of the title contenders. All Arsenal needed to fix their jigsaw and get a trophy would be their striker, and now they've got an excellent striker in Gyökeres. He's proved it in the last game against Leeds. And they've got then Newcastle away, which at the start of the season I think would be a difficult fixture. But after last game week, having seen the injuries coming up to Newcastle, that might now not look like a bad fixture for them. They've also got West Ham at home and Fulham away. So after game week 6 or 7, I personally might wildcard only to get the Arsenal players. The fixtures are looking great after that. And Gyökeres will be one of my top players that I get in for those game weeks. Now, my next striker or forward is Ollie Watkins. Has been frustrating for the past 2 game weeks. I got him to make some points. Unfortunately, hasn't delivered. Aston Villa as a team haven't delivered uh, on a whole. So I'm looking forward for that to change and Ollie Watkins getting some FPL returns for us. I think it's about time now. and his expected goals are 0.22 and expected assists of 0.08. Fixture-wise, he's got Crystal Palace at home, uh, Everton away, Sunderland away, Fulham at home, Burnley at home, and Tottenham away. Fixtures looking not too bad for Ollie Watkins. If I do look to get Watkins out of the team, especially because I started him with in my FPL team, would be if he's consistently not delivering on FPL points after the Burnley home match. If Watkins doesn't get much returns after the Burnley home match, I will be looking to transfer him out. Makes it a bit easier for me to either get Haaland or Gyökeres. I might have Gyökeres before that already. But if I don't have Haaland before that, Ollie Watkins might be my way to Haaland, especially because downgrading a few midfielders, like I said, I might do Cole Palmer to Brennan Johnson, and my striker to my striker to uh, who was that? Sorry, to getting Richarlison in. Um, that might leave me with some money in the bank, so I can go and get probably Gyökeres and Haaland, depending on where I'd like to make those investments in my team. Now, my um, other striker or forward who is again has been underperforming. Sorry, is Strand Larsen. He's got an expected goals of 0.12, expected assists of 0.01, and the fixtures for him not looking that bad, to be honest. Everton at home, Newcastle away, Leeds at home, Tottenham away, Brighton at home, and Sunderland away. There are also talks of Strand Larsen going to Newcastle. Are coming with the third bid for Strand Larsen. Newcastle look really strong to signing Strand Larsen and or Johan Visa, which is why Visa is not on this list. He is out with an injury as well. Strand Larsen is someone who, if he's still at Wolves, you could look to get in. He did come off the bench in the Carabao Cup and score 2 goals, so that could boost his confidence. And which is why, if you're looking for the short term or even the long term, the fixtures, if he stays at Wolves, are not bad. But if you're looking for short term, 1-2 game weeks, fixtures again not looking that bad for Strand Larsen. My final striker or attacker forward would be Mateta, and he's got an expected goals of 0.32, expected assists of 0.01. Quite low for a striker playing up there. But the fixture wise, he's got Aston Villa at home, Aston Villa away, Sunderland at home, West Ham United away, Liverpool at home, Everton away, Bournemouth at home in the next 6 game weeks. Looks like Ismail Assar and Mateta could be the way for Crystal Palace to get those attacking contributions. So I would personally try and get Mateta if I could. But right now I have different plans for my team. And this is all for today, guys. This is my transfer tips video for you. If you found this interesting, or if you like if you've got to the end of this video, please help the channel, leave a like, hit that subscribe button. For those of you who don't like football and are still subscribed, do not hit the notification bell. For those of you who like football, like the content, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell so you do not miss any of my content. And I will see you with my team selection video tomorrow. Peace.